Hello and welcome back to another episode of Saving Scunthorpe, and we are into November and we are doing pretty well in the Championship. So in the last episode we did go out of the Carabao Cup to Manchester United. However, since then we've had a pretty good run of form, finding ourselves 11th in the Championship after 15 games played, 20 points, so we are well above the point per game ratio. And it was mixed after you were last with us. We had a 4-1 win against Cardiff. Then we lost 3-0 to Blackburn, 3-2 to Plymouth, which was very unlucky, and 2-1 to Wolves, who have been a very strong team. However, we bounced back from that with a 2-0 win against Leicester, a 3-1 win against Swansea, a 4-2 win against Stoke, before a 2-2 draw with Oxford United. They equalised in the 98th minute, and we had an absolute nightmare. If we just pop into this game for a moment. So we brought Hatton on in the 66th minute. In the 70th minute, he got injured. So we brought Perkins on in the 70th minute, and in the 81st he got injured, so we had to make another sub. I've never seen injuries go quite like that. And in our most recent game we did lose 3-0 to Hull City, but hopefully we can bounce back today. We've got Ipswich and Reading. Ipswich are in 9th, Reading are in 20th. For context, Hull, who we've just lost to, have just overtaken us up into 10th. But as I say, we're going pretty well. Particularly for our first season in the Championship, we can't be too unhappy, and hopefully we can pick up at least one win in these games. Our lineup to play Ipswich, we have Izaguirre in goal, Forker, Doy, Nallo and Flynn as the back four, Julian and Russell Denny as the holding midfielders with Curry on the right, Chambers on the left, Else behind, Tezgel up front. Paul with the throw-in for Ipswich on this right hand side, sends it into the box, Forker heads it away and Curry clears it up towards Tezgel, who wins the ball. He knocks it back to Curry, and then they exchange the ball a couple of times before playing it back to Forker, who goes down to Curry on the right-hand side, finds Else in the middle. He's got Tezgel inside of him, shoots himself. The keeper can't keep it out, and we lead 1-0 in quite shocking fashion. Didn't expect the keeper to not save that. So we've reached half-time. We are 1-0 up. Despite only having 25% possession, we have had 6 shots to their 2. So if we can keep the game going like that, I'm going to be quite happy with it. We're just going to tell them to not get complacent. Curry's looks a bit stressed, but he's motivated now. We're all good. Paul with a throw-in on the right-hand side gets it to Ibrahimovic. Not Zlatan, I don't think. Paul gets it back on the right-hand side. And then O'Donnell into the box. Puts it across the box. And Ibrahimovic scores to make it 1-1. Tezgel starts the highlight here as he plays it back to Russell Denny and then to Nallo on the left side of our back two. Weird way for me to say that. Chambers plays it back to Nallo and he plays the ball forward towards Curry, who can't win the header, but Else nods it back towards their goal. It's cleared away. Forker wins the header though. Finds Curry, who's got space down the right to attack. He gets a ball into the box, but it's only headed away as far as Paul. Chambers intercepts it though. Plays it back to Russell Denny, who loses the ball, but Chambers then gets it back again. Back to Flynn, who goes down the left-hand side. Chance for a cross here. Finds Chambers, who puts us back in the lead instantly. We lead 2-1. Guargon on the left-hand side for Ipswich gets the ball into Ivan, and Doy has given away a penalty. We are actually, like, the following day recording the second half of this because we got interrupted. And unfortunately I just had to pause the game, and Ibrahimovic puts Ipswich back on level terms with his second goal of the game. Izaguirre with a free kick from the back, sends it towards Else, but he loses the header, and it's with Ipswich again with Poole at the back. Out to Zerbin on the right hand side, finds O'Donnell and forward to Guagon, then back to Poole. They're working it down the right hand side here as Poole gets it back, and then O'Donnell to Van Das. Back through to Zerbin, who's in the box and puts it in the back of the net. That's 3-2 to Ipswich. And that is going to be time for changes. Campone is coming on for Chambers. Tezgel is coming off for Johnson. And we'll bring Goldsmith on for Russell Denny, who's having a poor game so far. I think we'll leave it at just those ones for now. I am looking at Curry. We'll bring him off for Brie as well, just because he's very tired. Doy has managed to head the ball down to Goldsmith, and he finds Compagnone on the left-hand side. He He pulls it back to Flynn, who crosses it in from deep. Bjarnason hits the post. That was very close to getting us back on level terms. Haraguchi on the ball here for Ipswich. We've got just a few minutes left before we go into injury time. O'Donnell to the left-hand side of the box, puts it across the box, and Izagirre made an amazing save in the box there. And the danger isn't over because Ipswich are going to be sending in a corner. They've got 2 people coming short for this. Are they going full-on time wasting? They are indeed. Ivan crosses the ball into the box. Izagirre comes out and catches it. Flynn throws the ball into Goldsmith, and then Flynn sends it into the box towards Else, who equalises 3-3, and we have got 3 minutes of injury time to play. We're going to bring Julian off for Chowdhury just to try and see this game out now. A 3-3 draw, which it's a weird one because from 2-1 up, we wouldn't have took it. From 3-2 down, we definitely will take it. And I suppose we've got to look at it that way. Another point on the board. And let's go and see if we can get a result against Reading. And now for the game against Reading, we are going with just a couple of changes. Bree comes in for Curry on the right-hand side. Camponier starts on the left instead of Chambers. Everybody else remains the same. Nallo on the ball at the back for us early on in this game. 5 minutes gone. Flynn gets the ball from him and plays it back to Nallo and forward to Russell Denny, who plays the ball forward to Tezgel. Splitting the defence, shoots from range, and Jesus makes a save to deny Tezgel an early goal in this game. However, corner kick, so it's not over yet. Russell Denny is going to be sending it in. And he plays it towards the near post. It's headed away only as far as Else, who clears it to the far post. Couldn't quite get it to Bree. Flynn bursting into the box and wastes the shot. Russell Denny with a corner kick again. Nallo's at the far post and heads it just over the bar. We are peppering the Reading goal, and another highlight is starting here, but this time Campone is losing the ball and Reading have the ball with Dorrington. Forward to Aldiri and then back to Dorrington and across to McIntyre. We are 60 minutes into this game. Let me just have a look. We are on key highlights. It seems like we've had a lot of highlights in both of the games that we've played today. Ball out to Holborn on the right-hand side and then back to Bindon. And Reading very much taking their time with the ball here. But I was going to say starting to move the ball forward quickly. And then they played it backwards. However, they're coming down the left-hand side. Cross towards Canate, who wins the header but sends it over the bar. Flynn with the throw in here gets it to Campone, and then Flynn sends it into the box towards Bree at the far post, who can't win the header, but it comes back to Forker, who drills one in. Bree finds the top corner, puts us 1-0 up, and it has to be said, a deserved lead in this game. We lead 1-0 at half-time. It's been a pretty good performance, limiting their shots, peppering their goal ourselves. Let's keep it up in the second half. We'll make a couple of changes here. Chowdhury coming on for Julian because of his yellow card. Ramsey's going to come on for Forker at right back. And I'm looking at Else and Tezgel. Neither of them having a great game. So we're going to bring Goldsmith on for Else. Jarnason on up front. Kaiser with a free kick for Reading on the left-hand side. And they work it back to him and then to Stratful in space. Out to Lucas on the right-hand side. Back to Stratful and then he finds Shabert, who equalises for Reading. And I'm sorry, I don't feel that's a deserved equaliser. Nallo finds the ball to Russell Denny, and it's out to Bjarnason, who sends it out to Bree on the right-hand side. Ball comes in. Bjarnason somehow didn't get a foot on that. It's cleared away. Flynn heads it back to Russell Denny. He gives the ball. Campone's been brought out. That looked like it was outside the box. It definitely looked outside the box. Maybe it was just... Flynn steps up, makes it 2-1. Maybe it was just my first viewing, but it definitely looked outside the box. So we're just checking this back. Bree gets the ball towards Bjarnason. Lucas cleared it away. Flynn heads it back in. Russell Denny, and then let's have a look. Actually, no, that was inside the box. Never mind. So we win 2-1 in the end. A very good result. In fairness, in the second half, they actually were a lot better than they were in the first half. However, I do still think we had the better of the game, and a huge 3 points for us. Puts us on 24 points. The sooner we can get above that like 45 point mark, the better for us. And it is going swimmingly so far. So we end the episode in 11th place at the moment. pretty good going for our first season in the Championship, and 17 games gone. What we'll aim to do now is we'll aim to come back for the FA Cup third or fourth round. It'll depend on who we draw in those rounds, because there's every chance that we draw a team lower than us in the third round, which if that's the case, we probably won't come back for it. And ideally, that would be quite nice if we can have a little bit of a cup run. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment what you think we can achieve this season. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and thank you very much for watching.